So when somebody told you just build that business, they're going to come. I hope that you looked at them and said, oh, no, that's not true. That line came from a movie. Today's guest, Linda Murray Bullard, is going to give us 3 pointers, 3 things that we must do as we are building our brand new businesses. It's How To Friday. Stick with me, entrepreneurs. I'll be right back.
Welcome to Her Business, Her Voice, Her Conversation. This podcast was created for the boomer woman leaving corporate, and now you're looking to reinvent yourself, become an author, an entrepreneur, a podcaster. Well, each episode will leave you with clarity. You will come away with the yes, I can and yes, I will reinvent myself mindset. So come on, let's do this. I'm your host, Margot Levette. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Another episode of Her Business, Her Voice, Her Conversation. It is How To Friday, and I'm so glad that you are here. Today's guest, she is an advocate for women over age 35. She is an author, MBA certified project manager. She is the Business Plug, affectionately known, which is a weekly information show on LinkedIn. It is wildly popular. Today's guest is Linda Murray Bullard. Thank you for being here, Linda.
Hey there. Well, hey there, Margot. Hey there, Margot. But thank you for the invitation. I am so honored to be here.
Well, I tell you what, you were here I think it was last year or maybe just before the pandemic struck. And you said something, you shared your travels to Africa. I think it was, you said, let me get my note here. You said that in Douala, Africa, there are no social programs, no social service programs. So the women there, if you don't build a business, there is no survival. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk not Douala, not Africa, but surviving here in these United States.
Absolutely.
Here, on the other side of the pandemic.
Yes.
I want you to share with us 3 comprehensible basic steps that everyone, male, man, woman, child, have to put in place when they are thinking about building out a business. Will you take us there, ma'am?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, I am so grateful to have access to your audience. What I want to tell you about is the 3 main principles. Like if you use these 3 principles, use these 3 tasks, complete these 3 tasks, it's going to help you in order to build and scale your business. The first thing is to have a business plan. You know, and people say, well, I know what I want to do, and I know what widget I'm going to sell or what product or what service or whatever. But the thing about that is you have to think it through. So you have to think about things like, who's going to manage your business? And, you know, this is where you can't pull in poo-poo them, your cousins. This is where you have to get people that actually have credible skills so that they can help to be the strengths in the place where you have weaknesses. So creating a plan from A to Z, right? Either be a written plan or an informal plan, but you need to have a plan. Where are you going? What are you doing? Why are you here? Your plan needs to include your mission statement, your vision statement. You know, why are you here is your purpose, your mission statement. Where are you going is your vision statement. And then what are your core values? Like what's important to you? A lot of times we are out here chasing customers and their core values don't match up with ours. And we wonder why we have to negotiate prices and we have to downplay our genius and all. We're dealing with people who don't match core values with us.
Well, so you are saying a mouthful right there.
That is very important.
Ooh, if in our business plan, I just have one question about that. I know that there are some when you're going to before a bank, and a lot of females, our businesses don't make it past 5 years because we don't have the financial resources.
Absolutely.
So when we get our business plan, does it have to be 8,000 pages long, or can it be a one sheet? I've seen them.
It better not be 1,000 pages long. It better not even be 50 pages long, because you have exactly 3 seconds to grab your reader's attention. 3 seconds. If you have 800 pages, you're telling them too much, and it's not concise, and it's way out there. So to help people along, there is a template on SBA.gov, which is the Small Business Administration.gov. There is a template there, and you can just complete the template. At the end of completing the template, you can all put it all together, and it will give you a submittable business plan. And that's free. That's free services. Costs you nothing but time.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. So you go to SBA.gov, in the search engine, you put write a business plan, and it will give you the template, and you just complete the template.
Wow. Thank you. That's good news. And it's free.
And it's FREE. It's free.
In capitals.
Yeah, it's FREE.
I think I cut you off, but I really wanted to wanted to know that for myself. Plus, let's take away some of the, well, I would, but it takes so long to do a business plan. I want to make sure that you demystified that business plan.
Absolutely.
Thank you, ma'am.
Absolutely. And that's going to have duality in that it will also connect you with your local small business administration. It may say Small Business Development Center, but it's going to also, that same site will connect you with them so that you get a free FREE business coach that can help you along. Now, these are the basics. These are the formulating the idea, right? And so there are free resources that you can use to do that. The second thing is score.org. You need a mentor. And what I tell my clients is find a mentor that is not in your city, that is not even in your state. So by going to score.org, SCORE.org, you're able actually to find a mentor anywhere in the United States that's in your industry, and they mentor you for free.
Now, why do you say out of state? Someone not in your particular neighborhood, but so let me make sure I understand. Don't get somebody right down the street, but you do want somebody who's in your industry, correct? Am I hearing you correctly?
Okay. And really, if they're not even in your industry, if they have about 10 years of business experience, then they have acumen that you can pull from. Mm-hmm. So, if you can't find one in your direct industry, then indirectly, if they're in business and they've been in business for more than 10 years, then they're still going to be usable to you. But I tell you not to get anyone in your state, your city, because I like innovation, and I like to not duplicate what's already being done. I want to do something fresh and bring a new idea and introduce a new concept to my community. So my whole competitive edge is my coaches are never in Tennessee. Mm-hmm. They're everywhere. They're in New York. They're in California. They're in Washington State. They're anywhere but Tennessee. And I do that because things are happening all over the world. And here in Tennessee, things are a little bit more slower mm-hmm. pace. And mm-hmm. so we don't get all the cutting edge information as quickly as some areas do. And for that reason, I rely on my mentors out of state to bring me up to date so that I can introduce new ideas to my community.
Wow, that's powerful. And you know what? That's insightful, because so many of us, that yanks us out of our comfort zone. Because Absolutely. Once you're going to become an entrepreneur, bye-bye to comfort.
Absolutely. Because everything, I tell people to draw a circle and put a dot anywhere in that circle. That circle represents your circumference today, to that second, right? It's your paradigm. It's everything you've experienced, everything you've went through, everything you've built, everything about you in that circle. Mm-hmm. But if you want to get to your success, it's everything outside of that circle. So the paradigm is where we're comfortable. It's the things we know how to do. It's the things we feel very, very suited for. But then if you want to grow, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Yes. And that's outside the circle.
Yes. Wow. See, these are gems. That's why you had to come. Linda Murray Bullard. Oh my goodness. So you told us about the business plan and SCORE, making sure that we get with someone out of our own state because it does keep us cutting edge, yanks us out of our comfort zone, opens up our mind to new possibilities.
Absolutely.
You know? Wow.
Absolutely. And the third thing, now this is where people are going to say, ouch. The third thing is be willing to invest in yourself.
Woohoo. Mm-hmm.
So I've given you all the free things. I gave you those first. But there's a point where free will not allow you to scale. And at that point, because what I gave you is the generics, right? But when you're talking about niching down, because the riches are really in the niches, when you niche down and start actually doing your own thing, once you've used these other resources, you're going to want to pay somebody to be a guide for you, to show you some of the shortcuts to getting where you're going.
Yes.
And so for that, the value, the question that business owners normally ask is, how much does it cost? Mm-hmm. The right question to ask is, how much can it make me?
There, that right there.
Yes. Because the return on your investment should be at least dollar for dollar, ideally dollar for $2. You know, for every dollar you spend, you need to get $2 back. So understanding, but it still takes that initial investment. Like I've paid $5,000 to be a part of Steve Harvey's School of Business Acceleration. I've paid over $15,000 to be in another organization. Mm-hmm. But you have to be able, and people are like, whoa, that's a lot of money. Yes, it is. But the return on that investment is I get to sit on stages like this and tell people how I got here.
Yes. You are saying so much. And that is I don't know why people think that Google is going to be their friend forever. YouTube is going to tell them everything. They don't need a mastermind. I am so glad that you are instilling this to us. You need a
mastermind. Let me just tell you, if nothing else, for the community. Yes. Part of the mastermind. In a mastermind, you're going to have people at every phase of business, right? You'll have some people that haven't began yet. You have people that are making 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 figures in their businesses. You need to be around that community because it's going to stretch you to do things. You're going to learn things. Like I learned sales funnels and how to get myself in front of 61,000 people in just a number of days being in a mastermind. I learned how to do messaging in a mastermind. You know, I went through all the free services, you know, but when it came to specifically niching down my business, I had to pay for that.
Yes.
And like I told you, you know, you're paying $15,000, $18,000, you know, whatever it is, you have to pay. But the return on those investments are lifelong and reusable.
Yeah. Oh, Linda, you know, I am so glad that you are transparent enough to give out dollar amounts because I've put out money like that also. And people want to think that you get to your level of success overnight, that it doesn't cost you anything. It costs you money, commitment, sleep, and it's not overnight. But you won't get anywhere if you don't invest in yourself. I have one question about this, and I'm taking it from a psychological thought. I think that a person that does not involve big money, and $10,000, $15,000 is big money to invest in yourself. Yes. If you don't do that, and you have access to someone who can take you to the river and show you how to build a dam that is going to reach into your future for years and years. If you don't do that, do you think that person really is not entrepreneur, not cut out to be an entrepreneur, or they're just not quite ready?
They're not ready. They're not ready. And here's the thing. Here, let me put a whole nother one. Like I said, this is going to be the ouch part of the three things. So getting in a mastermind is step one. But that first year, trying to figure it out and create a plan. It all goes back to a plan. The second year, you're building and you're scaling the things that you already have. You're building upon those building blocks, right? First year is about education, educating yourself, getting your mind right, because the mindset is what's holding most of us back. Like we have these unlimiting beliefs that money is bad, we don't deserve it, we can't get to heaven if we got money. Like we have all these things that we have to take off, all these layers that we have to take off. So that first year is about that. It's about education and reframing your mind and understanding what you're doing and how you're doing and all of that. The second year, you're trying to build. You're giving yourself 365 days to start scaling, building blocks that's going to help you long term. Third year is all about implementation. It's about rinse and repeat. It's about doing it again and again and again and again and again. And so that's where most people who are in masterminds, they don't scale that first year or that second year. It's that third year that most of them. Now, there are some early adapters, some early people that get it from year one. I'm not saying that's, when you talk about average, you're talking about there's some that are outliers that can get it later or get it before. But the ones, the majority of them are getting it in year 3. And that's when you need to really be in a mastermind at least 3 years so that you can build out your dreams and put wheels under. And one of the groups I'm in say you can put fire, you can put some gasoline on it and let it burn. But it takes scaling, it takes reframing your mind. It takes going through those various steps and learning things you didn't even know you didn't know.
Yes.
I don't care how long you've been in business. A lot of businesses are not familiar with sales phones. Like that's a whole process by itself. It's like having a salesman that knocks on your internet door for your customers, knocks on their internet door and asks them, do they want to buy your product while you're sleeping? Like it's a whole thing. And so understanding that there is automation and things out there that we haven't been introduced to, it takes time to learn them, but it's so well worth it. So giving yourself, pacing yourself, again, creating a plan. Okay, year 1, I'm joining this mastermind. And this is a credible mastermind because they have receipts.
Yes.
So you go into the mastermind, you find out you're not the only one there. In fact, there's some veterans that's been hanging out for a while. And as well as there's some new people like you. And then there's some people that are somewhere in the middle. Understanding what that mastermind looks like and how it supports its people and getting the feedback from the people who've actually done the work. Because from the outside, you have people, one thing I do when people come to me and say, well, I want you to mentor me, or I want you to be my business coach. And one question I ask them, have you ever been coached before? Have you ever been in a program before? And if they say yes, I say, well, so what did or didn't work? Because a lot of times it's not the program, it's their ability to follow through on the things they need to do in order to make the program work.
Yes.
So if you've been in a program and you've not been able to succeed in it, what is going to make this different? Why is this different? Because I've had clients that will pay me the fee, but won't do the work. I don't want your fee if you're not going to do the work.
Yes.
Because the transformation comes in doing your work. So it's not, this is my ministry. This is my life. This is what I do because God assigned it to me. And so because of that, I am very, very adamant about the transformation that my clients receive when they work with me.
Yes.
Like, I don't want you to come in and leave like you came. That means I didn't do my job. And so if you're not committed to the process and doing the work, paying all the money you have will not get you the work done. You have to do your work.
I love that. Gets down to vetting that mastermind. And Linda, I'm thinking about myself. Wait a minute, I'm charting this out. I'm taking notes, ferocious notes also. Yeah, year 3 and 4. Okay, implement, rinse, and repeat. I'm wondering about, I in all honesty, that first year and that second year. That second year, I did not build as quickly or as aggressively as I should have because of my mindset. My mindset was still stuck in employee mode and fear, even though I spent $15,000 on a coach. And what should have taken a year to really implement and get going, it darn near took 2 years because of my mindset and my fear and coming out of some traumatic things. So I want people to understand that you have to keep pushing yourself, but be honest about the fact that it's not that coach. It's you trying to come through what you got to come through. Keep your eyes on the prize, but don't say, well, I paid $15,000. Because, I've heard people say that. And I say, I know you lying. Come on now. Come on.
Because if it works, and the thing about it is, not only do we go into these programs, not doing the work, we actually go in these programs and say, well, I need to tweak it this way and I need to tweak it that way. If somebody has given you a success pattern, follow the plan. Don't tweak it. Just follow it. And that's mindset again. Because I have to be in control. I heard what you said, but I can't do what you're telling me. I need to do it my way. That owner's aggression. We have that owner arrogance that tells us we already know what we need to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you know what you need to do, why are you paying these $15,000, these thousands of dollars to let somebody else tell you what to do? So if you're in these programs, success comes with implementation. Action is what gets rewarded. So it's not just being in the program, hanging out with the cool kids. No, it's actually doing the work for your business in the steps and the processes and procedures that the mastermind is trying to teach you. So that investing in yourself, again, the question is not how much does it cost? Your question should be, how much will this make me?
Yeah, in the end. And if you don't get past that mindset, that fear, I would venture to say, when you vet a person, the leader of a mastermind or a coach, someone like yourself, you're not going to take on just everybody. You have to see something in that person. So for those of the folks out there that are like me and went into this thing just really afraid, even though you knew your stuff, you were just bone scared, afraid of acceptance and all kinds of things. If that coach vets you and they take you on, they see something in you. Trust what they see in you and do it scared. I mean, put the foot on the gas and do it scared. Do not waste time sinking into the background when they're pulling you to the front. If they take you on as a client, they see these things in you. You can do it. Am I right,
Absolutely.
Linda?
Absolutely. And that's the thing is, sometimes we have to let go of the shore and get on out in the water, because we want to hold on to the shore, but we want to swim in the ocean too. I want to swim in the ocean. I want to go, but we're holding on to the shore. We're holding on to those things that are familiar to us. And it's keeping us grounded for that time that it served. But now you're getting taken to a new dimension that you have not experienced. And so you need a coach, you need a mastermind, you need people who are already there to show you how to navigate the waters on that level, a very different level than what you've been. Because here's the thing, if you had everything you needed to go next level, then you'd already be there. I mean, what would be stopping you? But it's because you're going in unfamiliar territory that you need a guy who's been in that position, who can help get you through that position. So every new level requires a different set of tools and skill sets. So every new level, you need a person in that level that can help guide you through it. And we don't want to invest in ourselves to get that. We want the freebies. Like, people get stuck. They get sticker shock and they get stuck on the first two steps I gave. The SBA, the free stuff, the score, and you didn't score it. It's a mentorship, true, but your mentor, it should be an exchange. Like, it shouldn't always be extractions. Every now and then there need to be some deposits.
Yes.
So how can you help this person too? Because they're taking up their time to help you. So what can you do? How can you do to help this person as well? It needs to be an exchange. You need to think of entrepreneurship as a service and not as a privilege. That, well, I'm opening this business and if I build it, they will come because everybody needs me in their life. That is honest arrogance. That is that is honest arrogance. And we do that. We say that, but it's not true.
Oh, it is far from the truth.
It's a privilege to have clients. Yeah. It is a privilege to have people that want to do business with you.
Yes. Are willing to part with their hard-earned money, and they trust you. They are literally putting that next level into your hands.
Yes.
It's an incredible thing. You're right. It is a service. But Absolutely. Here we are back with mindset. You have to get that right the first year.
That's the same thing. That's step one. In business ownership, there needs to be you want to be an entrepreneur, here's your mindset. Let's deprogram you. Let's take some layers off that are in your way. Let's unpack how you think, because everything begins with a thought. Thoughts are things. Indeed. Everything begins with a thought. And so, even if you look biblically, it says a man thinketh, so is he. But if you have these limiting beliefs that, okay, it's bad to be rich, it's bad to have money, we get conditioned that. And there was a lack mentality that tried to keep us safe. So I do get it. I'm not saying that it was bad for that time, but now we're entering a new period of our lives, and we need to put on the new man, the new role, the whole role. We need to put that on so that we're able to go higher.
Yes.
So just thinking about, in order to go to places we haven't been, we have to become someone we haven't already.
You said a lot. I can tell that business you're rocking an MBA. You are in your wheelhouse. And I just don't want to fire hose people, because this is something that you can bring. This is insight that you could bring all day long. Absolutely. Now is the time for implementation. She's giving you the basics.
Yes.
She's giving you the free stuff. Now, let's get to getting. Let's get this going.
Absolutely.
You are there in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and you are launching a brand new venture, something very, very exciting, and something that is going to be of great service to the community. So will you take us let us know what you're up to there in Chattanooga?
Absolutely. So you just heard the emergency vehicle come past. I'm actually in my co-work space, and this co-work space is designed to be a support system for entrepreneurs. It's called BOSS, BOSS, on Brainerd. And so BOSS stands for Business Owners, Services, and Social. It is a social and service place. So I do social. My partner, Stan Brown, does the social part. I do the service part. What I do is I help you wherever you are in your business. I help you to become more solid and bring you next level. And so it's a membership program. We actually have a virtual, or we have in person, where people can come in and be with other business owners. We're actually opening August the 1st. So right now we're in the building trying to get some things sorted out and ready for our new members here. But they're going to be a part of BOSS. BOSS on Brainerd is where we are bringing services and social together, because we believe if small business owners can socialize together, have downtime together. We have pool table, indoor basketball. We have card tables, chess tables, all types of board games, and it's a family-friendly atmosphere. So we call it an authentic urban business club.
Wow!
And it's to help nurture relationships, because we know that the key to success for most businesses is collaborations. Yes. But how can you collaborate with people you don't even know? Yes. And so this is a safe space to know, like, and trust your business partners so that you can do collaborations, because we're trying to teach people how to get contracts. And with contracts, you need collaborations, because people are giving contracts to businesses that are holistically covered. Mm-hmm. You may have the skill set, I may have the funds. Together, we can come together and we can go get that contract. That's going to help us both.
Collaboration is the only way that any of us are going to move forward and survive and thrive. We don't want to just survive, but we want to thrive. Absolutely. And it's going to come by collaborations.
It does. Wow. And so we're setting a safe space, holding the space for any business owner, regardless of where they are in their business journey, to come with us. We also have business education classes here. So we have places that businesses can come. If you are a speaker or coach or whomever, and you need a space to come and show your wares, then we have a conference room and an auditorium that business owners can rent and bring in what they bring in, because we want this to truly support small businesses.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. Linda Murray Bullard. Wow. You are a force to be reckoned with. I knew you were big stuff when we spoke last year, but you are big stuff. I love what you're doing.
God is good. Hey, God is good.
Yes. Thank you for so generously giving to the audience today. I took ferocious notes. I trust that everyone else will, and share this out. She's given us 3 steps. And she's a woman who's been there, done that. You heard the amount of money she's invested in herself. So she's not giving us lip service. She's the real deal. So they're in Chattanooga or in the area, August the 1st, I'm sure you're going to have a grand opening.
Yes.
You want to be sure to boss on Brainerd.
Yes.
Okay.
Boss on Brainerd.
Make their way for services and social. Get those relationships going so that collaborations can happen. We as African Americans in particular, because I'm African American, choose to believe that when we collaborate and we get these contracts, we can help all of us. It helps all of us.
Yes.
So, wow. All right. I tell you what, it's always so hard for me to close out these really good conversations. It's the Lord has blessed so that we have really good conversations here on Her Business, Her Voice, her conversation. Linda, we'll be checking back with you.
Absolutely.
Keeping up with what's going on. And hey, maybe we can do some collaborations.
Absolutely.
Let's see what we can work.
Definitely. We are actually doing blended. So virtual, it works for us too. So yeah, you can come in and teach us how to do podcasts. We'll have that for our business owners. Absolutely.
Now, girl, you don't get me started. We're about to get we're about to get lit up in here.
We're about to get lit up in here.
Well, hey, you know what? COVID got us lit. We got to make sure that the fire keeps going. Those of us who are entrepreneurs and those that want to be entrepreneurs, let's get to getting. Let's make this thing happen and keep the gas in the car. So,
absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Well, this was a wonderful, wonderful how-to Friday. I'll be back next week, next Thursday with Inspiration Thursday. In the meantime, stay safe. I'm Margo Levette. Thanks for giving us your time and share this out. This is some information that everybody needs. Share Absolutely. It out, and we'll see you in the see ya, okay?
We'll see you in the see ya. Bye-bye. Yeah,
bye-bye. I want to thank you for listening to Her Business, Her Voice, Her Conversation. Couple of things that I want you to do right now. Go to my website, pick up a copy of Her Business, Her Voice, Her Reinvention, how I went from game show hopping to international show host, author, and speaker in 1 year. Number 2, please freely listen to each and every episode. Share them out with your family, friends, the men in your lives. And then number 3, get in contact with me, one of the experts that have been on the show, because I want to make sure that you reinvent yourself. I'll be back next week with a brand new episode here on Her Business, Her Voice, Her Conversation.